Hi, welcome back to Polvy Stories. Today we're going to talk about how to enroll your kids to school if you come here to Canada as an international student. So I know a lot of you might be asking how or where to start because I have a classmate who asked me the same thing last week. So without further ado, let's get into it. So how to enroll your kids to school if you are an international student here in Canada. So first off, you must know that the start of the school year is every September, but the registration begins as early as December of the previous year. So for example, if you're going to enroll your kid in for September 2024, the registration already started last December 2023. But don't worry if you come here late because it will be open for you until the start of the school year. And sometimes even if you arrive here by like August or September, you can still register your child. Next, so if your child is 4 years old, by December 31st of that year, you can already enroll him or her to JK or the junior kindergarten. So for example, your child was born on January 2024, you can already enroll him or her to September 2024 school year. Or if your child will be turning 4 on like October, November, December of 2024, you can still enroll him or her for September 2024 academic year. Next is the step-by-step registration process. So number one is to know the school boards. So for example, here in London, Ontario, where we are, there are several school boards, not to mention the private ones. I'm only going to discuss with you the public schools. Okay, so there are English school boards and there are Francophone school boards. Francophone meaning French speaking, that's their first language. So for the English school board, there's the Thames Valley District School Board. And if you're Catholic and you want to enroll in a Catholic school, then there's the London District Catholic School Board. For the Francophone, there's the Conseil Scolaire Viamonde. And if you want a Catholic Francophone school, then you can enroll your kid to any school in Conseil Scolaire Catholic Providence. Once you know the school board, you can go to step 2, which is knowing your home school. So when we say home school, it's the school that covers your vicinity or your neighborhood. So to do that, for example, let's take the London District Catholic School Board. If you go to their website, you will find your home school. So click that, and then you will be redirected to another page. Click find your school again, and then you will be redirected to the school locator. So you will be asked the street name. So for example, you live in Wonderland Road South in London, find your school, and then they will ask you for the house number. So once you click that, they will show you where your home school is. So for example, at 961 Wonderland Road South, the home school will be St. Rose of Lima. So they will provide you everything. If it's elementary, it's at St. Rose of Lima. Secondary school, St. Thomas Aquinas Secondary School. And there's also the French Immersion Elementary and the French Immersion Secondary School. So when you say French Immersion, their first language is still English, but they're incorporating French into the curriculum. So it's different from the Francophone school, which is using French as their first language. So those are just nice to know. So next, once you know your home school, you can already register your child with the school board. So you have to fill out an online registration, and you have to know which homeschool because it will be asked during the process. So once you have completed the online registration, you can already submit it online, or if the school asks you to send it through their email, you should do so. So for example, in London District Catholic School Board, if you come here with a work permit or a study permit, meaning you're not permanent residents or Canadian citizens, you have to contact first through email. You have to contact them through email first. For the other school boards that I have tried, they just asked us to complete the online registration, and we just waited for the email to come as a confirmation that they have received our registration. So after completing the registration, you have to submit the documents. So these are some of the documents that they asked from us. This is based on our experience and also based on the website if you will check them. So they asked us for our proof of citizenship. And since we are not citizens here in Canada, we came here as temporary residents. My husband and I submitted our study permit and the work permit, and then we also submitted our child's temporary resident permit. If the child came here as with a study permit for minors, then you should also submit that. And then they also asked us for the child's birth certificate, the proof of address, which could come as a billing, proof of billing. They just want to know if you really live there, so that they will be able to check your homeschool. And then also, if your child came here from a previous school, from your country or wherever, they will ask for the child's report card. Other things that were asked of us, since we are Catholic and we enrolled our children to a Catholic school, we were asked for the child's baptismal certificate and our marriage certificate. So if your child is not baptized as Catholic, there should be at least one parent who is baptized Catholic. So that's one of the eligibility criteria if you want to enroll your child in a Catholic school. So next, after submitting the documents, the next step is to attend the admission interview if needed. So we only did this because we enrolled our child into a Francophone school. So since none of us are speaking French and none of us graduated from a French-speaking school, then we had to undergo this admission interview. But when I registered my child in London District Catholic School Board, where the primary language was English, we didn't need to undergo these things. Next thing to do, but this is optional, is you can go to the school's open house. So this is a very good opportunity to be able to see what's inside the school, how the teachers are teaching their kids, and this can be done in person or virtually. So next optional thing to do is to register for a school bus. So you have many options here. For example, in our case, we are bringing our kids to school in the morning, but they ride with the school bus in the afternoon. So it's really just up to you. Another optional thing is to enroll your child in a before and after childcare. So you have to ask the school for their partners, because usually they have this accredited childcare, and usually if you attend open houses, you will see their booths there. So when are we using the before and after childcare, why it's needed? So in our case, we didn't enroll our children to before and after childcare, but for those who are working, for example, we bring our kids to school by 9 o'clock because that's the time that the gates will open for them. If you have work before 9 o'clock and you cannot wait until then to bring your child to school, then you can bring them to the before childcare when they open at around 7 a.m. So you can bring your child there and they will be the ones to bring your child to the school. So usually these institutions are near or just inside the school. And same thing for the after childcare. If you cannot fetch them in time, for example, the kids' school end at around 3:30 p.m. and if you're working until 5, then you can You can register your child in after childcare and just fetch them from there. So that's it. You saw the steps needed to register your kids in school. And if you have more questions, please don't hesitate to comment it down below. So see you in my next video. Thank you very much for watching.